they can increase tariff or not is still in court. And they're careful not to tinker with the current tariff structure because the one they did is still in court. But I see a situation in which if government, instead of giving money directly to the discos, all the guarantees and the rest, should now start to put together the pickup structure. Once you have the pickup and you increase the metering, you can control your consumption. That's really is a starting point. Those are the social angles of the power sector that we're not really dealing with. Let's deal with the issue of metering.
So there's no really, there isn't any really real cause to revisit the privatization process then. I mean, if we have to look at a cost-effective tariff system in place, then that just about solves everything.
Market forces would determine that, and that's almost inevitable the way we're going. Some discos are doing well, some are struggling. The discos that are doing well are expanding their distribution infrastructure gradually, and that's why I said even the whole privatization thing was wrongly conceived, because by the time you are bidding, you come up with your technical capacities, financial capabilities, telling them, hey, you're able to take this infrastructure from point A to point B. Okay, so what has happened? Nobody is talking about measurable, ascertainable levels of improvement or investment made by the discos since they took over.
Does that mean that we're not making any progress whatsoever, given these challenges?
Not noticeable.
Not noticeable?
In the aspect I mentioned now, and that's why I try to segment it. In the area of sector, law, and government, I talk of the legal and regulatory aspect of the power sector. We are not doing well. We are not doing well in the sense that government is still regulating, it's not been deregulated, okay. Power is concurrent under the Constitution.
Let's take it from that legal perspective when we come back in a moment. Join us again. Welcome back. Well, what should we do to correct or improve the sector, starting from the legal perspective?
Thank you very much. If you realize the trend, the discos are losing customers because there's a difference between cost-reflective billing and appropriate billing. Appropriate billing is paying for what you are consuming. So these challenges of the power sector has always been about billing and metering. But now the sector could engage resolving the problem in three ways. I talked of the legal and regulatory. Legal in the sense that we need to go back to the realization of the fact that power sector is an item under the concurrent legislative list. Both federal and states have joint equal powers to legislate on power, one on national grid, one off national grid. So we need to do that. States should take over and start to do stuff, particularly in the area of renewables and captive generation. Federal government should back off from the so-called rural electrification fund. It doesn't make sense. That should be to the state. The pool of the money should be given to states to manage rural electrification fund. So
can states generate their own funds and manage it? If federal government has a
because if the states are encouraged, federal and state government should partner. They are not competitors. They should be collaborators. The essence is to have power. So let's deal with that. Second, as to legal and regulatory, we need to now amend the law itself because the law is faulty. The Electric Power Sector Reforms Act is faulty, contrary to the Constitution and a number of overlapping regulatory
Which key aspect is
we need
faulty?
The aspect that of the Electric Power Sector Reforms Act that gives NERC power to regulate both on-grid and off-grid, including rural electrification and the rest. Going back to the social angle, we need to go for appropriate billing, even if we are doing cost-reflective. Cost-reflective, no problem, but it should be about what people actually consume so that you can regulate what you consume. Then the issue of metering will come in. Essentially, two, the issue of PCAF must come in. Power Consumer Assistance Fund must come in. Those are issues. Business side. The power sector now, government should think of what to do with its 40% stakes. Perhaps give it to serious stakeholders who will be able to bring money and expertise. All over the country, you give your sensitive sector to the best hand, both in terms of experience, resources, and the rest.
We anchor at that point.
Those three angles, then we'll get to start on.
Okay, then Dr. Yemi Eke is an associate professor of energy and electricity law in University of Lagos. Thank you for coming on this morning. And that's the show today. We thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
Thanks for watching. I am Gimba Umar.